Good morning, eighth grade. How are we doing today? I hope that we're having a great start to our day and a great week so far. This week, we are going to be talking about something that's a little bit different and it's going to come up in a lot of different ways. But today, we're going to be talking about the standard form for a linear equation. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Okay, eighth grade, let's talk about standard form of a linear equation. But let's think about it just in an easy kind of problem that we all can relate to. So, Emily tells you that she scored 32 points in a basketball game. Nothing too outrageous, pretty good game for somebody. Write down all possible ways that she could have scored with 32, or could have scored 32 points with only 2 and 3-point baskets, no free throws. Okay? Use the table below to organize your work. So let's just start there. So I know that 2-pointers and 3-pointers are the only way that she can get her points. So I know that if she shot and made 16 2-pointers and 0 3-pointers, that would equal 32. If she shot, I don't know, 13 2-pointers and 2 3-pointers, that would also give me 32. And so on and so forth. If she shot 10 2-pointers or 20 points plus four three four 3-pointers, which is going to be 12. That'll also give me 32, 7, 4, 1, and 6, 8, and 10. And I have all this written down because I worked this out before. But essentially, what I'm doing every time is I'm adding these up to 3 points. And now the next part of the question is let x represent the number of 2-pointers and y be the number of 3-pointers that Emily scored. And now they're asking me to write an equation to represent the situation. So I need to think about this. If x is the number of 2-pointers and I'm trying to write an equation to represent the situation, so the number of 2-pointers she made and the number of 3-pointers she made, well, when they're added together, they make 32. But this is the number. X and Y are the number of 3-pointers. They aren't saying this is 12 points on 6 shots. It's just going to say she took 6 shots and then she took another however many shots. Go forward from there. So I need to label on here how many points is a 2-point shot worth? Well, that's 2 points. So I make my coefficient, the number in front of X, 2. And I also need to do the same thing for my 3-point shot. I need to change my coefficient of X to be 3. So that way it represents that you get 3 points for every shot. And this 2x plus 3y equals 32, that is the correct equation, but that is actually called a particular form for working with equations. So this is called standard form. So the standard form of a linear equation written down as like ax plus by equals c. A should not be negative. A and B cannot be 0, so let me just highlight these. A shouldn't be negative. A and B should not be 0. And A, B, and C should be integers, okay, as in whole numbers. So this is standard form, and you've seen standard form a lot. Um, so let's try another equation, and let's try to see. First off, can we write the equation to help us figure this out? And two, how can we try to figure out what our solutions are? At the store, you see that you can buy a bag of candy for $2 and a drink for $1. Assume that you have a total of $35 to spend. So let me highlight that stuff. Candy for $2, drink for $1, $35 to spend. Total of $35. Write an equation in standard form to represent the number of bags of candy, X. Sorry, let me switch that up. I'll change that to be the appropriate number, to be the appropriate color. Bags of candy is X. Number of drinks is Y that you can buy with $35. So I know my total is going to be equal to $35. I also know that it's probably going to be the sum of the number of bags of candy and the drinks, but each of those have a cost. I know that a bag of candy costs $2 per bag of candy, and a drink is $1 per drink. So this is actually how I would write my equation in standard form. But the thing that's really nice, if I wanted to try to figure out what my solutions were, if I want to figure out what I could do with x and what I could do with y, I could just start thinking about x and y values. So I could set specific x values that are going to make the equation true. So let's say I want my first x value to be 1. That means I take this 1 and plug it in. So 2 times 1 plus 1 times a number equals 35. So this is really 2 plus a number equals 35. So I know that the number of drinks I have to buy are 33 drinks. And the best part about all of this, not only can I just determine whatever x I want it to make, because that's how I can solve equations in standard form, I just have to say x is going to be this number, and then I need to figure out what my y is. If I were to go and graph this, I have my x and my y values in order to go ahead and do that. I have ordered pairs now. So this equation from the graph, when it wants, or from this equation from the table, I can make this into an ordered pair just like this. And then I can use that to go ahead and graph. So then I can graph that relationship just like we were doing in our constant rate equations. Okay, so in this problem, I figured out how to write a equation in standard form. I then figured out what some of the solutions would be because I just set whatever x to be whatever number I wanted it to be. Okay, and then I figured out what my y was from there. And then I realized that I can just take this table, take these values, and they actually come out as an ordered pair. So I can go ahead and graph these relationships if I really wanted to, just like we were doing in constant rate problems in one of our last classes. So let's go to our lesson summary really quick. So a linear equation in two variables, x and y, is in standard form. It is in the form ax plus by equals c for numbers a, b, and c, where a and b are both not 0. The numbers a, b, and c are called constants. A solution to a linear equation in two variables is the ordered pair xy that makes the given equation true. Solutions can be found by fixing a number for x and solving for y, or fixing a number for y and solving for x, okay? So basically we have to say x is this number, what does my y equal then? Or you could do the opposite and say y is this number, what does x equal to from there? And it's super important for us to remember that when we were working with standard form, a and b, those coefficients, those numbers in front of x and y, cannot be 0. But that's all that I have for today. Please have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.